Can ACC help you get a girlfriend? Only if it's raining. Hello and welcome to another SR4U Q A video, your football boot related questions and my answers to them, all pulled from my Instagram, which is SR4U_Josh for some reason. If you want to ask a question for the next Q&A video, the place to do that is there. That Instagram account is linked down below in the description, so make sure you're following me there if you don't already. And by the way, I'm less than 5,000 followers away from 300,000 on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, like, seriously go follow me, please. Also, if you guys enjoy the Q&A series on the channel and want to see it continue, don't forget to support this one with a like, and if you're new here watching for the first time and don't want to miss out on daily football boot content from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. Why didn't Ibrahimovic ever get his own line of boots from Nike? It's actually a really good point, and it is kind of surprising that he's never had his own signature colorway of anything from Nike, given the fact that he's been such a big part of their marketing over the years. Obviously not so much anymore, but he's been one of the main faces of the Mercurial line throughout the prime of his career. And there was even a time, a lot of people remember the Hypervenom Phantom 1 with Neymar kind of being the main face of that line, but Ibrahimovic was also a big part of that particular launch. He just didn't end up wearing the boots very long, no more than a couple of matches before switching back into Mercurials. I can only assume he didn't like them very much, and Nike was not going to force Zlatan to do something that he didn't want to do. I wouldn't expect them to do the same type of thing that they've done with Cristiano Ronaldo, who has had countless signature colorways of the Mercurial line, but you would think at least one is in order before this guy retires from football. They've given Sergio Ramos his own signature colorway, they've done Pirlo, they've done Totti, they've done all of these guys who are inevitably going to go down as legends, so I think it's only fair that Ibrahimovic gets at least one signature colorway before he retires. Jaffa Cakes, I've heard FIFA banned the ACC SR4U Laces collaboration because they enabled players to literally fly. Can you either confirm or deny? I'm not allowed to comment. Is that okay? What changes do you think Nike will do to the next generation Phantom Vision? Unintentional voice crack. I think it's fair at this point to say that the Nike Phantom Vision has not been a success. It replaced the Magista Obra 2, which also wasn't a very successful boot in regards to sales. The Phantom Vision has done just as bad, if not even worse. Not to say that the boots themselves are bad, but looking at what Nike has put out since the Phantom Vision, it does come across as a little bit of lazy design. They use the Vision as the platform to launch their quad fit system, and that aspect of the boot is the best part, and it legitimately works very well. But everything around that quad fit system feels kind of uninspired by Nike standards. So I guess my hypothetical wish list for a Nike Phantom Vision 2 would be this. Number one, don't call it a Phantom Vision. A Phantom Venom and a Phantom Vision was just a dumb concept. We do not need two Phantoms in a lineup of 4 different boots from Nike, so I think changing the name entirely would be to their benefit, especially given the fact that the whole Phantom Vision concept as a whole hasn't really caught on. Number two is I think that the next Phantom Vision should not be made out of Flyknit. I think it is fully reasonable to expect that this next generation boot will have the quad fit system. The Phantom Vision was the first to have it. They've rolled it out into the new Tiempo. I think it's something that they're looking to expand on in their future football boots. But what I would love to see, given the fact that the Phantom Vision is their quote unquote control boot, I'd love to see something like a comeback of the CTR 360 Maestri. I think that was a wildly successful line from Nike, and given the fact that it's been gone for so many years now, I think there would be a huge amount of excitement around the relaunching of the CTR 360 name and a boot from Nike that isn't made out of Flyknit. Some kind of a synthetic, whether it's Kangolite or something entirely new. I think that is what the market would really want in terms of putting out a product that obviously I would want to be very good, but I think people are really, really hungry for something that is different again. And all these knitted boots don't get people excited anymore. They want something different. So while the whole sock boot trend I don't think is dying anytime soon, I think if Nike were to release a boot along the lines of a CTR 360 Maestri, people would be super pumped for that. And it would be something different, which is kind of what the Nike brand has always been about. If you look at their most iconic football boots over the years, they've all been more extreme designs. The 1998 Mercurial, extreme in comparison to everything else that was available at that time. The Mercurial Vapor 1, super extreme. The CTR GTR360 Maestri 1, super extreme. Name pretty much any Superfly, super extreme. So something extreme again, I think would be really, really cool. And if they're not going to go that route, I think making a boot that is more similar to the Nike Magista Obra 1 would also be a pretty good idea, mainly from a visual perspective, because I think one of the main reasons why the Phantom Vision has not done that well is it's kind of a weird looking boot and a lot of people just don't like it because of that. That's what I would personally want to see, but what I'm actually expecting is kind of a variation of the same design with a lace cover, but with more significant texturing, which could be interesting, but not as interesting as what I'm proposing. So Nike, if you're watching this and you'd like to hire me, just give me a call at 231 Jeff, are there any Takedown models that are better than its higher end model? I think there are some that are arguably just as good, but to say that any one in particular is actually better than the top end model, I really don't remember any situation where that was actually the case. And to be clear, in the case of the Adidas brand, where they offer the plus laceless model and the 0.1 laced variation, the 0.1s do not count as Takedown models. They're both top-end models, just different variations of that top-end model. Hey there, Juice WRLD. Why is it so bad to wear FG on AG? Well, I guess to make a long story short, aside from the durability issues that you will inevitably run into because a firm ground boot is designed for use on natural grass, artificial grass being a much more abrasive surface that is much harder on your boots. So when you wear a firm ground boot on artificial grass, it's not made for that surface, so you can kind of expect it to break down more quickly. And that's not necessarily the fault of any brand. You're wearing a product on a surface it's not designed for. Also, that can void your warranty, and that is totally up to the brand to do that should your boots break on artificial grass, because you're wearing them on a surface they were not designed for. But for me, the number one reason why you shouldn't wear FG boots on artificial grass, and guys, I've done it myself, I will probably do it in the future at some point in time, is that you are putting yourself at a higher risk of injury. I'm not saying that you are guaranteed to get injured the second that you step on the field with an FG boot on an artificial grass field, but you are definitely increasing your risk. There is just more cling to most firm ground stud patterns, mainly ones with a bladed stud layout, where you end up with too much grip. And having too much grip, should you turn the wrong way, should you get bumped the wrong way, could result in some pretty severe knee, ankle, and I guess a little bit less likely hip injuries that do occur. Knee injuries being really the big one, I would say. And I'm sure there's people watching this video that have suffered some pretty significant knee injuries because of having a little bit too much grip on an artificial grass surface. If you're wearing FG boots that have conical studs on artificial grass, I personally don't really view that as a significant danger, but again, keep in mind that the durability of the boots will always suffer. You have a match in an hour. What boots are you taking? At this very moment, I'd have a pair of Nike Phantom Venoms and a pair of Mizuno Rebula 3s, and it would be a game time decision. I'd probably warm up in one pair and then maybe change my mind and switch to the other pair. Which pair I'd end up wearing in the game, though, I have no idea. Is the new Nike Mercurial the best boot on the market right now? I think from the perspective of having the most technology, but also the highest performance standards in everything that is objective performance, responsiveness, fit, being lightweight, having really aggressive traction, you could make an argument that the new Mercurial, either Vapor 13 or Superfly 7 Elite, are the two best boots on the market right now. But does that mean that if you're wearing those boots, you're at an advantage? Absolutely not. But from a performance standpoint, I don't think that there's anything that really beats those. Dear Jessica Alba, are Nike and Adidas running out of ideas? I personally think the whole running out of ideas statement is a little bit silly. I think that what has happened is a combination of consumers maybe expecting a little bit too much, but the main reason why consumers are expecting too much is because the brands are releasing more and more new products and have kind of led us to believe and led us to expect that everything that comes out is going to be that much bigger and better. And obviously they can't make the latest, greatest thing, this new revolutionary step, every single time they put out a brand new pair of boots. Otherwise, we'd be having evolutionary or revolutionary steps basically every 3 days, which is definitely not realistic. We're getting a lot of colorway updates. We're getting a lot of upgrades that are not really major upgrades. They're kind of just minor changes. And then every 3 or 4 years, that one boot comes out that's really that much different and something that we've never seen before, and everyone gets excited. And then it's difficult to top that with each new release that comes after that. So again, it's kind of the brand's fault. It's kind of expecting too much from the consumer standpoint as well. But no, I don't think that any brand really is running out of ideas. Are you going to review any Asics boots anytime soon? I would love to, and I have actually reviewed some Asics boots on the channel going back maybe 3, 4, 5 years. And all of those boots that I got were actually sent to me directly from ASICS, who was trying to expand into North America at that time. But since then, because it wasn't a very successful venture for them, they have pulled out of the US, they have pulled out of North America, they have pulled out of Europe as well, as far as I'm aware, and are only available in Asian markets, which makes them very difficult for me to get a hold of. So I'd love to review them, there's just nowhere for me to get them. So if somebody from ASICS happens to be watching this video and you'd like some, I guess, representation of your product on the channel, please get in contact with me and we can definitely make that happen. What is going on? No, my phone actually just died and I lost all my questions. And with that, thank you for watching another SR4U Q&A. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. And if you have a boot related question that you'd like to ask me to potentially answer in the next Q&A episode, make sure you go and follow me on Instagram, SR4U_Josh. You see it on screen right now. It'll also be linked down below. As always, if you have any questions regarding anything that I discussed in today's video, leave it down below in the comment section and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Can't believe my phone died.